Well, hello again, everyone, and welcome back to Kovac Enterprises. I decided for my next project I'm going military with the PT-109 PT boat, which was commanded by Lieutenant J.G. John F. Kennedy. Now this is, of course, a Revell kit. It's a skill level 2. It's for ages 10 and above, and it's 172 scale kit. So let's take a look here, and I'll kind of bring the light down a little bit for you. Alright, so basically it's showing on the sides of the box here the finished product is what another modeler did to put it together. So there's one picture of it there, and then there's a little bit more of a close-up shot there as well. And then of course we have the other side of the box here that shows the side profile of the boat itself. So that's probably a good reference point if you want to actually mimic the cover art per se. And then of course on the other side here we have the features, and I'll go ahead and read that off to you. The actual length of this boat will be 13 and 5/16 inches long. It has 83 parts to it. It is molded in dark green, and of course then we got one more shot where it's looking more on the top side of the boat itself. And apparently this kit is from China. So with that being said, let's go ahead and we will see what's in the box, make sure all the parts are there, and we will be right back. See you soon. And we're back, and go ahead and start on going through the instruction sheet real quick. This is a typical Revell sheet. Basically starts you off with a picture of the boat with a little bit of a history of the PT-109, and we go ahead and turn the page here. And of course it lists kind of a paint guide for you if you want to follow it. And then of course with Revell they always gives you part numbers with the part name that's associated with the item you're gluing together. So there we got like one page of that, second page, because it does list a total of 57 parts with the name associated with it. Then we get into basically the steps. This is going to take about 8 steps in total. In this case we have it starting off with the hull, rudders, and the exhaust mufflers, and then it kind of goes to the propellers, the support for the shaft of the propeller, and then of course we have step number 2 here, where you're gluing the deck to the hull, as well as the putting the stand together that's got the PT-109 name on it. And then we can go ahead, turn the page, and we start adding other little parts to it. As far as on the deck, we have the armor shielding, the cover to the cabin, and the engine cover as well. And then step 4, of course, is just adding more as far as the instrument panel, steering wheel, the life rings, life raft. We have the smoke generator, and parts of the gun turret. And we get into step 5 real quick here, and it's basically we're working on the torpedo tubes. And of course there's little bits of the windshield and other little bits and pieces that go onto the deck. And then of course step 6 we get into one of the gunner's figures. We go ahead and put him together, as well as the gun itself, and then basically other little bits and pieces with putting on the deck for step, that's all parts of step number 6. And then of course then we get to the last page here. We got step number 7 where we're putting in the officers, including Lieutenant Kennedy, other bits and pieces to help finish it off. And then of course step 8 as well. And that's it for the instruction sheet. It does come with one big package for all the parts, so there's a total of, supposedly there's a total of 83 items in this one package. So let's go ahead and we will take her out. And as you can see, we have our 13 and 5/16 inch hull design. Now this part here it actually gets, it's part of the sprue, so we'll go ahead and we'll take that off and clean it up a bit. But that is the hull itself. Like I said, all the parts are molded in green. So next up is the decking. As you can see, we got a lot of nice details from front to back. So we'll kind of go through that real quick here. So nicely detailed for this kit. And then of course we move on to the next sprue, where we have the torpedo tubes. Now these are done in half, so we'll put them together and that'll give you a total of 4 torpedo tubes itself. Of course we have the nameplate here with the PT-109 name on it. And of course then we have our nice little parts here. This is probably the cabin cover itself, the shaft supports. There's our exhaust mufflers, propellers. We got our gun turrets, life raft. We have our masts and other little bits and pieces. And so there's one there. And then we have our second sprue. And you can see all the parts nicely detailed out. There's our figures, 1/72 scale. That'll be put on the boat itself. And of course then we have our instrument panel here in the center. We got different covers for the decking. So like I said, all nicely detailed. And of course we're going to paint this all up, make it look right. And of course we have couple of parts that fell off. So that looks kind of maybe like the searchlight right there. And then just another little piece, and we'll figure out where that goes. So basically that's it as far as the parts and everything. And like I said, we'll get started on this probably over the rest of the weekend. And we'll see how far we get. As you may all have known, I'm scheduled for an ICD implant on Tuesday. Oops, let me get this back here in the thing and raise it up for you. Alright, so basically I'm set for an implant for my ICD on Tuesday. So we'll see how far we get with the PT-109. If I don't get it completed, something to look forward to after my surgery. So I may be away from the bench after my surgery for about a week or so, recovering. But we'll get this done. So until then, I hope everybody has a good weekend, and we will catch you later. See ya.